Hello everybody, this is Marion with MyCraftBasketStudio, and this is a bonus video that I'm doing in conjunction with the Roses in Paris book tag pocket tutorial number 8. So what I'm going to do, instead of just taking pictures of the items that I made, I'm going to show you kind of close up what I did and how I decorated them. So if you watch video number 8, the tutorial number 8, you'll see this layout, and this is the different items that I made using my collage sheet. And then I also have some sayings that are to coordinate with the collage paper, and you'll see how I use them. You can see I've used this when I created my items, but I wanted to show you that that's what the sheet looks like. And so in the tutorial, I'm not going to go over it in this one, but in the tutorial I showed you how to do a mock-up of this and figuring out where you want to put them on here. So do watch that so you understand more how I got these items. I think I'll put this right here so that you can see it. So the first thing I discussed was when I decided to do this, I wanted to do a tag pocket. And so this is the tag pocket right here. And so you can see, as I said, it's Roses in Paris. So I thought what better for an embellishment charm is an Eiffel Tower. So this is the tag pocket. So it would have laid out like this, folds up. I glued the top, glued this side, made the thumb notch here. So that is how I decorated it with the word Paris, some buttons and lace. Got to have a butterfly in one of these items. So that's that. And then the tag to go in here is right here. That's where I did the tag. So here is the tag. Off of the printed sheet of words, I did Spring in Paris. I divided it up like that. I really liked the dragonflies, so I didn't want to cover them up. And then because this is going to go in the pocket, this button is just a paper button. I didn't want to have anything bulky in there. So I'm going to put that in here. So that is the tag that goes in there. String kind of prevents it from sliding in. There it goes. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of leave it poking out like that. Then we've got the book. So here is the book. I really liked that word Paris on the collage. You can see here it is, and you go like, well, how did it get on the front if it's going to be there if the book was laid out like this? Well, watch the video and you will see how I was able to accomplish that. And so I had some rose stickers. So I did a little bit of vellum, music paper, and then a rose sticker, wooden button, some Tim Holtz little ephemera that I've used on each one of them, and again, lace. I had the lace on each item, you'll see. So it's right there, and it's also on the tag. So that is that. And then I had this piece right here was actually left over, both in the cardstock that I used and the decorative paper, the collage paper. The cardstock, I made the reinforcements for the tags. So that's where I used that. And then the collage paper, I did put it on additional cardstock just to make it sturdy. And I had enough to do a hidden paper clip. So that is this one. Decorate it with the word sing, again, button, lace on both sides, and a little ephemera from Tim Holtz, so that can go on a page. And then when I opened up the book, I did not decorate the inside, but here is an additional piece that was left over. I had enough to, this is actually from when I do the pocket, which I'll show you. The pocket didn't need so much, so the leftover that was on from this area where the pocket is, that is where I got the additional paper left over to do that one and this one. So I've got two flags that I made out of that leftover paper. And this one I'm just going to leave out. I'm not quite sure where I would put it, but you can put it in any junk journal, but that's a tag. And then I also had enough to do a tab. So I have a tab here. And so that tab is made that way. Had a punch that did this design right here. and the word dream is on there. So that is the book. And if I didn't show you the back, there's the back. Then we have the pocket. So this pocket right here, as I said on the instructions, it can be wide or tall. I decided to do a wide pocket. And so here it is, lace, button, and ephemera. And then I used the words, love is like a rose. So when you put it in your book, it's going to look just like that. And this is actually just big enough that the book could fit in the pocket, just like that. So that is the pocket. And then the final item I have is right here, the bookmark. And so here is the bookmark. I decided to put the words this way, Roses in Paris. This has got, again, a paper button because I thought if you put it in a book, you wouldn't want it to be too bulky, but it is a paper button. Reinforcements on that, and ephemera from Tim Holtz. And again, there's that lace that is throughout the whole design. So that is how I decorated these items. I'm going to leave it like this. If you want to take a screenshot, I'll pull this out so you can see it as well, to show if it gives you any ideas of how to decorate your own. You certainly can take a screenshot. And also, you can visit, I have other collage sheets that are on my MyCraftBasketStudio Etsy site. So here is my website for the Etsy site. Let's see, where can we put it so you can see it? We'll do it right there. If you go to MyCraftBasketStudio.etsy.com, you'll see other collage sheets that are all 8.5 by 11. You could do the same thing with them. And watch the tutorial number 8 because I have some other ideas. When you cut out this template right here, this is a 6x6 right here. And so I showed you other ways that you could actually cut this 6x6 out. Different ways, different pockets, different ideas there. So watch the tutorial on that. This tutorial, number 8, I did it because it's a thank you gift for having reached 100 subscribers on YouTube. And I do appreciate your subscription and subscribing to my channel is what I meant to say. Subscribing to my channel, and also for liking my videos. I appreciate it. If you'd like for me to do any other type of video, maybe there's something that you go like, Marion, can you help me figure out how to do this particular thing? I'd love to hear from you. You can write me at mycraftbasket@aol.com. The PDFs for all of these things are going to be at mycraftbasket.com. That is my website. When you go there, you'll see the My Craft Basket Studio tab, and all of my tutorials are there. This is going to be number 8, so I have 7 others there. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you will print off the collage sheet. It is free. Make your own Roses in Paris tags, books, and pockets. All right. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.